Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's me, Paddy from across the shop, and you're very welcome back to the channel. And this next couple of weeks, I'm going to do something. It'll only take what three weeks to do. I'm going to show all my locking knives. My larger locking knives. Um, and the reason I'm going to do it is, for this last long while back, I've been telling people that I got rid of an awful lot of my knives. I traded them off or sold them to buy new knives for the channel, which has mostly been slip joints and custom slip joints. But I've also kept in touch with what's out there. I believe I've got enough of the modern knives that will get me through most videos. And I have lots of different shapes, sizes. But most of them are all around that medium size knife, no real large ones. And I'm going to start today with, this is my higher end ones. And I have actually only got about 8 really good locking knives, which for somebody like myself, who at one stage, and I'm not joking, I had hundreds, but I had to cull the collection because I couldn't afford to keep buying knives. Like I've said before, and this is not a crybaby, I'm comfortably well off, but I spend as much as I can on knives, and I don't go over that budget. I maybe only have done that a couple of times, but it's been a very temporary thing where I've bought it knowing I've got money coming to pay for it. And that's the only way I can run this channel. I'm on a pension now, so I don't have that excess money. I've, say, bought and sold well to get the collection where I love it, and I can change it about. So this week I'm going to do the sort of higher end ones, and then next week it'll be that middle range, and then the week after that's going to be my budget ones. I think in total you're probably going to see 4, 8, 9, about 20 knives at the very most, because the budget one, there's a couple of real budget, but a couple of ones that I really like, budget knives that I back 100% as good knives. I just want to show people this is what I've got in my collection now. So will I trade some of them out? Absolutely, they will get traded out for something else. But not all of them. I mean, most of these, these 4 here are just such good knives. I don't know whether this will stay because it's a concept. It's one of those Chinese brands that I wanted to have, because they make an incredibly good knife. And this one is just a super knife to have. So let's start on this one. Let's start on here. This is the Concept Convict. This is in titanium, blue titanium, and it's got S35 VN blade steel. It's got a good thick stock, and that might put people off. Gosh, that'll not be a great slicer. Let me show you just on a bit of, it's just a bit of receipt paper. You can't hear it going through paper. It is amazing. It is just an absolute cardboard slayer. And I know it's thick, but it's absolutely fine for going through cardboard at the rate of knots that I need to go through. Very, very comfortable in hand. I have a large hand, gives me a full grip, and I'm covered. There's no heat spots. It has this lovely milled titanium clip on it, which is beautifully done. It's not deep, but it's, it's absolutely, and you don't feel it in your hand, which is a big plus to me. I do not like having this hot spots on pocket knives. So, I mean, this is just falls into it beautifully. Beautiful slicer, lovely stonewash grind on it. You can see that. It's so well polished. It is beautiful. Doesn't show marks at all. Fantastic. Loving that knife. And then I have this one, my Benchmade bugout, and this one is in 20 CV. This was the Work Sharp edition with gold studs front and back, and it had yellow scales on it, which were replaced. The person who bought it off put these titanium scales on it. Just the bugout, enough said. The bugout is a fantastic knife, and all around great slicer. It's got that thin blade. Great slicer for an EDC knife. Absolutely. There's nothing EDC that'll not cover. And it would do more if you needed it to, especially in 20 CV. Super blade steel. Then I have one of my favourite knives of all time. This is the Spidey Chef. This one's been stonewashed, handle and the blade. You can see that. And it's been darkened a bit. You can see, but it doesn't, it hides all the scratches of use. Just a super knife. Takes a nice edge, thin blade, great in the kitchen. And I use this mostly in the kitchen, if I'm honest. Nice little deep carry pocket clip, again, been stonewashed. I just love this knife. Oh, gee, I nearly stabbed myself with it. I love this knife. You know, it's showing a bit of wear on it. I don't care. It's just, in hand, this knife is so comfortable in the kitchen. It is just a super, for any task. I mean, it's not just a kitchen. I call it a Spidey Chef, but this will do you. This is a beautiful EDC carry. A beautiful knife to carry. I love it. Going camping for a camp knife around the camp for the cutting chores, which are usually only light duty cutting chores. Now, saying that, this would take it. This is an LC200, so it's completely waterproof, which makes it a great camping knife to do anything at all in the camp. And I just love everything about it. Super knife. And that's my second one of these. I'm not getting rid of it again. I regretted it the first one when I sold it, and having this one now, and I love the fact that it's been stonewashed and acid washed as well. It's just perfect. The absolute perfect knife for me in this higher end section. And then last but not least, this is my new Chris Reeves. I've showed this a few times in the last couple of weeks, so I'll not dilly-dally on it. This is just a piece of heaven. I love this. It's taken me 3. I started off, I had the small and cozy, which I just found minimally too small for my hand. This is the 31, and this fits my hand perfectly for an EDC knife. Absolutely love it. And again, the clip on all these, the clip on this Spidey Chef, I don't feel it in hand. It's such an important thing for me. And I tend not to keep knives that are, you know, I don't want to spend money and trade clips in and out just to make a knife work. So I tend to move them on and get another knife that's, better in hand. And that's my high-end knives. Will that change in the future? I don't think so. I know these top 3 definitely won't change. This one might get changed out because I do like to have one of the modern new knives that are out there. And I know this is not particularly, but this is still on sale on Heine here in the UK. Still on sale. Fantastic knife. You don't have to get it in titanium because it's a bit pricey. Much like the bugout. I mean, the basic one's no less of a user. I just happened to buy this one as a full package. This one is just a fantastic knife, but they do one in G10 and micarta, I think, which are a lot cheaper than this one. This one just comes as it is. It's just perfect, and so does this. This is stunning. This is a Magna Cut is it LC200? Yeah, LC200, 20 CV and S35 VN. They'll cover any job I need for a locking knife. Anything more than them, I've plenty of fixed blades. So there you go. That's the first video. Next week I'll do the other half of the my medium priced knives and let you see what they're like. Take care, everybody. Paddy's away. Bye bye now.